And I want to say, myself and my political base, the Mount Kenya region, have no problem whatsoever with Raila Odinga. In fact, what people are saying, and it's very interesting, they are saying a Mount Kenya king does not pronounce himself twice on a matter. Our son, President Uhuru Kenyatta, had pronounced himself on this matter. So that pronouncement carries the day.
The truthful man, Rigathi Gachagua, today has been on a truth spree. Well, he went to Marikiti, as he likes to call it, and spewed a lot of information that we didn't have regarding the relationship that he has with the president. And of course, the allies that were with him in that meeting gave the fine details of what is behind the scuffle between the president and the deputy president. And a person who was also caught in the mix of all this is the Nairobi governor, that is Johnson Sakaja. So this is how that meeting went. One, Rigathi Gachagua was appealing to the people of Mount Kenya in Nairobi County. He was very specific, and in some instances, he even spoke vernacular to try as much as possible to go closer to the people of the mountain who are in Nairobi County. We know that Rigathi Gachagua has claimed the title of Mtu wa Murima, and he has categorically stated that no one should touch Murima if Rigathi Gachagua is there. So he is trying to assert his dominance in central region to be the central region kingpin. Well, what I know with what is going around right now, Rigathi Gachagua does not want to be president in 2027. What Rigathi Gachagua is simply aiming for is to have that public support of the people of the mountain, so that when 2027 comes, he will have something to give the sitting president, that is William Ruto, going into re-election, so that he can be the deputy president again for 2027 to 2032. So that is the entire game plan, because there is no simple roadmap of Rigathi Gachagua becoming president as we speak right now. The only best option that he can take is to become a deputy president again from 27 to 32. And what we know is that Rigathi Gachagua was not promised anything by the sitting president that he will be chosen from 27 to 32. What we know is that they agreed from 2022 to 2027 that they will work together. What happens in between 22 and 27 is Rigathi trying to prove himself to be still worth it, to be still worth the title, to becoming the deputy president again from 27 to 32. And what we saw in today's meeting when Rigathi was in Marikiti is Rigathi coming out to speak to people who are trying to distract his move towards 27 to 32 being a deputy president. And he termed a very interesting word that he is used to usually say, that yeye hawezi uziwa uoga.
Mimi niseme, wananiuzia uoga. Wananiuzia uoga. Ati watasanya wabunge. Ati wanitoa kwa kiti. Ati waweke kibaraka wao.
That he will not be impeached just because MPs will sit down and caucus and decide to go and vote him out. Well, the Constitution allows for the space for someone to be impeached if the members of parliament, 2/3 in number, will vote that deputy president or the president out of office. That one is in our Constitution, and it is allowed. So whatever the deputy president was saying, that is political statement, and that is not factual. The real hard fact is that the deputy president or the president can be impeached by sitting members of parliament. The members of parliament are not just people, those are representatives of the people. Those are akin to the voice of the nation. So if the members of parliament, 2/3 of them, sit and vote you out, then you are impeached. But what he said is that the members of parliament did not elect Rigathi Gachagua, and that Rigathi Gachagua cannot be impeached.
Mimi Nilichaguliwa na Wakenya, sikuchaguliwa na wajumbe. Nyinyi mnasanya wajumbe, kuwapatia pesa, kuwahonga, ati wauzie Rigathi Gachagua uoga.
And he came out in a unique way, because the president currently, who is William Ruto, when he was deputy president from 2013 to 2017, never had these showdowns with Uhuru Kenyatta. What we understand, in fact, from 2013 to 2017, this was the time that William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta used to wear matching shirts, the white shirts and yellow ties everywhere they were going, or the red ties everywhere they were going. And they looked like twins. They were very, very happy together. You could see the synergy within them, walking everywhere together, working together, smiling together. This had never happened in the first term. So this is a very unique arrangement that you are seeing here, that we cannot just put it similar to what happened with William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta, because this is happening in the first term, and a lot is happening because even the handshake between William Ruto and Raila Odinga that has all these jargons of names, the broad-based government, or whatever you can call it. A handshake is a handshake. That happened between William Ruto and Raila Odinga did not happen in the first term between 2013 2017, when Ruto and Uhuru were in government. This never happened. In fact, Raila was a fierce opposition leader. So there are a lot of changes in this government that have to be critically analyzed. And this is why Rigathi Gachagua is very angry that this is happening in his time. And he has the fear that he might be a one-term deputy president, because many people have already spoken about it, and we've seen members of parliament aligning with Kithure Kindiki to become the Mount Kenya kingpin. And that was also one of the topics that was discussed by a member of parliament, the MP for Embakasi, James Gakuya, regarding Kindiki, and I'm going to touch on that. So the strategy that Rigiji is using is simple. He's taking the discussion back to the people. He understands that as a politician, you're always covered by the numbers. You're covered by the people. If the people are with you, nothing can happen to you, regardless of the onslaught that has been planned for you. So he's using the strategy of taking the discussion back to the people. He was saying that if someone comes at me, they are coming at you. If someone is speaking ill of me, they are speaking ill of you, the people who voted for me. So he's trying as much as possible to deflect the discussion, that it is not about me, it is about the people who voted for me. And that strategy has worked for many politicians. We understand when William Ruto was also being battered by Uhuru Kenyatta in his second term, he took it to the people and said that we are the ones who elected you, and you are doing this to us. But we know that Uhuru Kenyatta was doing it to President Ruto only, and not anyone else. But that strategy worked for William Ruto. So perhaps Rigathi Gachagua is using the same rule book that his predecessor used when he was also attacked by the government of the day. Well, the Nairobi governor, Johnson Sakaja, was also part of the discussion in the meeting that the deputy president had. And we know that the deputy president has been very, very fierce, advocating for the traders in Nairobi that he says that are the people who voted for him, that they should not be moved from the chaotic city that we are seeing today. Because if you go to the city, and we have to be honest in this discussion, the city is congested, it is disorderly, and something has to be done on it. But the deputy president has been fiercely opposing the move to make the city be in order. And he is firing shots at the Nairobi governor, saying that he is fighting his people, the people who voted for him. So he was very adamant about his decision that he will fight to make sure that these traders are not touched, that the move to make these traders to shift to another position will not happen. Well, Sakaja answered Rigathi Gachagua and said that there was an accident in Kericho, and this accident involved traders who were hawking just by the roadside. He quoted the speeding lorry that caused loss of lives in Kericho because of the disorderliness of the city, that traders were trading along the road, and that made people to suffer because of lack of order. And Sakaja said that he is determined to see that into action. And he said that it is not usual for him to respond to the deputy president, but he had to respond this time because things are getting out of hand. The deputy president is coming on the way of Sakaja articulating his manifesto, and Sakaja really doesn't have space to move. Well, all that was spoken, and people cheered, of course. They're trying to also encourage the deputy president to do whatever he's doing, because the deputy president was in the market, and those are the same people who are being threatened that they will be moved from that region to another region to do their businesses. But something very interesting that the deputy president mentioned, he said that watu wa mlima, or let me say it the way it's supposed to be said, watu wa mlima watajipanga in the next gubernatorial seat in Nairobi.
Na niseme hapa Nairobi tutajipanga. Yes. Tutajipanga. Hakuna siku ingine tutapeana kura bila mpango. Sindio? Hapa Nairobi mimi nitamwambia vile tutakaa.
Meaning that the deputy president sees a problem, according to him, that the city has to be led by a particular person, or a particular person coming from a particular place. I will not mention, but that is the insinuation that the deputy president is saying, but that there is a problem in the city because it is not led by one of us, and one of us has to lead this city so that we can all be comfortable. The deputy president is seeing the problem of a disorderly city as a problem that is being implicated to a particular group of people, which to me is a problem, because we have common problems in Nairobi, and everyone is affected with these common problems in Nairobi. We cannot live in a city that doesn't have order. We cannot live in a city that has a lot of congestion. It is an embarrassment to us and the people who are visiting the city from all over the world. This is our capital city. It has to be orderly. So the deputy president on this, I will not support, because I believe that there is a need to have order in the city, and rules have to be put into place. And rules are rules. We cannot have traders selling on the road or by the road. The road have to be used by road users, by motor vehicles. These traders need to be relocated to a place where they can do their businesses while they are safe and not risking their lives or the life. Because in some instances, when you walk in the downtown Nairobi, you'll find that there are mothers sitting with little children by the roadside. And this is simply endangering the lives of these little children that are sitting with these mothers by the roadside. So it is important for there to be order, for people to be taken care of, for the government to mind its own people and secure places where trade can be done effectively and humanely. The member for Embakasi North, James Gachagua, was also very vivid in his statements. And this is the person who fired direct shots at Kimani Ichung'wah, at Johnson Sakaja, and at the president himself, William Ruto. He said that Kimani Ichung'wah is not right by attacking or going on the contrary to the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. He said that Kimani Ichung'wah should respect older men as Rigathi Gachagua when they come up with decisions, that the decisions should be binding and they should be respected. He also fired shots at the president, William Ruto. And he said that William Ruto umetukera, meaning that William Ruto, you annoy us. Because he said that William Ruto harbors the likes of Kimani Ichung'wah, who says ill things about the deputy president, and William Ruto does not try to limit the words that Kimani Ichung'wah uses in meetings that he is in regarding the deputy president Rigathi Gachagua. So That is the first, because there has not been a time when someone came out boldly to link Rigathi Gachagua and directly attack William Ruto, because they have been attacking different people around William Ruto, but not William Ruto himself. So today was the first day that we are seeing direct attacks at William Ruto himself by people who are affiliated or aligned with Rigathi Gachagua. So it is now proper to say that the gloves are off and the shots are being fired left and right regarding people who are aligning with the president and people who are aligning with the deputy president. It is also worth noting that the MP for Embakasi North mentioned Kithure Kindiki. Now, Kithure Kindiki was the alternative to Rigathi Gachagua during the time when the president wanted to choose a deputy president. It was either Rigathi Gachagua or Kithure Kindiki. Well, Rigathi Gachagua won the day, and today he is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. And the member of parliament for Embakasi North, that is James Gakuya, fired shots at Kithure Kindiki because lately some few members of parliament have been aligning with Kithure Kindiki as opposed to Rigathi Gachagua. And they've been saying that Kithure Kindiki should be the representative of the mountain and not Rigathi Gachagua. Now, Gakuya said that Kindiki is using public money, that is state resources, to buy MCS, members of county assembly, and members of parliament to sing his song, that is to support him against the deputy president so that he can amass power and become the deputy president in future. So today was a wholesome day where we saw a lot of words that we didn't expect to see at this stage, because it was just implied that the deputy president and the president are not in good terms, but it was not as vivid as it was seen today that James Gakuya will come out that fiercely and oppose the president and fire shots at the president himself, and the deputy president coming out also very vividly against Governor Sakaja and saying that these people want to impeach me, but if they are going to impeach me, they're going to impeach you because you voted for me. So that is the rhetoric that we are seeing right now. And the deputy president is struggling to have the grip of the mountain. He has been struggling ever since he came into office. He's still struggling 2 years after to have the grip of the mountain and be a representative of the mountain. Will he succeed to represent the people of the mountain? Because he is starting to sing the song that our former president started to sing as well, the song of sympathy, that I am being fought and you are the people who can only defend me. If they fire at me, they fire at you. So that is the song that I think Rigathi Gachagua is going to continue to play, but it is a very dangerous song in the first term because right now he has a lot to lose. The president has a lot of options. Rigathi Gachagua, as I started by saying, has his options narrowed because he only wants a re-election to be the deputy president from 2027 to 2032. Yeah, the president on the other side has options whether to go with someone else from Mount Kenya, could be a lady, could be the governor of Kirinyaga, Anne Waiguru, because many have also tabled that name. Could be anyone else from Mount Kenya. It could be someone from another region, maybe the current Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. It could be someone from Luo Nyanza, because the president now has a lot of support also from Luo Nyanza, Western, and other places in the country. He has the support of the coastal region because that is given because Ali Hassan Joho and Salim Vuria and all coastal bigwigs, the Senate Speaker, are with the president. So the president has a lot of latitude to move and to change whatever he wants to fit himself. The only person who doesn't have a lot of laxity to change or to choose is Rigathi Gachagua. So he needs to play his game very wisely, not to turn out to be a person who will be rejected by the majority because he's playing a tribal game. Yeah. Just the other day, the Gen Zs were on the streets. They were saying that we are tired of the tribal rhetoric. Right now, the tribal rhetoric doesn't have that much of a support compared to one who will speak on a nationalistic manner. So with the deputy president trying to play the tribal card, he might, this is just a might, he might turn out to be unpopular, not only in the wider region, but even in Mount Kenya itself, because the Gen Z movement was cutting across Mount Kenya, Western, Nyanza, coastal, northern, every region, because we saw all counties getting involved. So playing the tribal card right now is a risky affair, and the deputy president is all in. We'll be here to discuss on what will unfold as the deputy president struggles to get the grip of the mountain.